The topic of presentation is prokaryotic cell. Cell is defined as the basic structural and functional unit of all living organisms. We all know that all organisms are made up of cell. Here, the cell is being arranged in such a formation is like a blocks. It is present in all living organisms, irrespective of whether we are human, an animal, and a plant, and a flower, or any bacterial cell. The cell is always there as a unit for the structural and functional component. So let us focus on the cell. Here, the cells are capable of reproduction and maintain themselves in independent units. The word cell is derived from Latin word cellula, which means a small compartment. Cells of similar type and function aggregate to form tissue. Similarly, tissue forms organ and organs form tissue system, then the whole body system. So, cell is a structural unit of life. Cell contains a number of functional structure called cell organelles that carry out tasks such as nutrient uptake from food, making protein, processing chemicals, and generating energy for the cell. Nutrition, respiration, excretion, transportation, and reproductional such functions are carried out by the individual cell also. Hence, the unicellular organisms are capable of independent existence, which shows a cell's capability to exist independently. Due to this, cell is called a fundamental structural and functional unit of life. Here, we are talking about the prokaryotic cell, especially where the pro means primitive, karyon, which means nucleus. Cells are the most primitive cells from morphological point of view. Yet the prokaryotic cell are small single cell organisms usually less than the micrometer. Here, the cell has a size varies from 0.5 to 5 micron. The example of some prokaryotic cells are, it may be like the bacteria, some spirochete, the mycoplasma, or PPLO, which means pleuropneumonia-like organism. Here most prokaryotes have a peptidoglycan cell wall and many have the polysaccharide capsules. So here it is very clear that the cell may have variety of structure. Now here basically the cell is having two main variety, that is either prokaryotic cell or eukaryotic cell. So today we are going to focus on the prokaryotic cell. Here, as we can see, the prokaryotic cell are generally bacterial cell, and the cell wall acts as an extra layer of protective and the protection. This will help and maintain its shape and prevention dehydration. It is generally small single organism and usually less than the micrometer. And as we discussed, the examples are like the bacteria, spirochete, mycoplasma, and PPLO. Now, let us learn about the prokaryotic cell. Here, in its basic structure, the major units are like the outermost capsule, then the cell wall, cell membrane, flagellum, pilus, and fibria, which it is present on the outer area. Let us focus what is there in the inner area. Here, the DNA in the nucleotide area, then the ribosomes, plasmid, and cytoplasm. Here the cytoplasm contains all the major types. It is a sticky mucus inside the cell. First, let us start with the capsule. Here, as you can see over here, each and every shape of cell is present here, where the outermost part is known as capsule. In each cell, there is a capsule to protect the cell. Each variety of cell consists of this capsule for its protection. Here the capsule is a loose gelatinous structure surrounding the bacteria. Capsules are produced only by certain species of bacteria, and these capsules are not essential for life, but they provide protection in unfavorable environment. The presence of capsule makes some pathogenic bacteria resistant to phagocytosis and enhance their virulence. Capsule also help in attacking the bacterial cell to different surfaces, such as human teeth in a dental plaque forming bacteria, plant roots and human tissue. The capsule is secreted by bacterial cell and usually consists of polysaccharides but sometimes made up of polypeptide. When the polysaccharides are bound relatively tightly cell surface, they are called capsule, and if they are loosely associated, they are called slime layer. Now, moving to the next part, which is cell wall. Here after the capsule, the second layer is known as cell wall. The bacteria have rigid cell wall. The cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan, also called murein. The cell wall of organism of especially gram-positive bacteria is different than cell wall of gram-negative bacteria. The cell wall of gram-positive bacteria is thick and is contain 90% peptidoglycans and remaining 10% is teichoic acid. But the cell wall of gram-negative bacteria is thin and contain 5 to 10% of peptidoglycans. Here the teichoic is generally absent. Moving to the next part, that is known as cell membrane. Here the cell membrane, also known as cytoplasmic membrane, and the cytoplasmic membrane lies beneath the cell wall. If we see the detailed structure, it contains 60% protein and 40% lipid. The lipid is in form of phospholipids. It performs various functions like it contains enzymes required for cell wall synthesis. Then respiratory enzymes are also present in cytoplasmic membrane. Here the membrane is selectively permeable, allowing the passage of dissolved substance in and out of the cell. Now the next structure, that is the mesosome. Let us see what is it. Here the mesosome are complex localized infolding of cell membrane. The mesosome are very common in gram-negative bacteria. As you can see, they consist of many vesicles and tubules. Mesosomes are the site of respiratory activity like mitochondria of eukaryotic cell, which we are going to study next in the next presentation. Here they contribute to cross-wall formation during cell division and DNA partition between daughter cell. So, after the main function of mesosome for this specially attached site at the time of cell division and DNA formation, we are moving to our next organelles, that is bacterial DNA. Here, as you can see, it is known as nucleoid or a bacterial DNA or bacteria chromosome. The bacterial cell lacks the distinct nucleus and the nuclear membrane. Here, if we talk about the bacterial DNA, The DNA which present in bacterial cell is double standard molecule and occurs as a ring-like structure. Here it is about 1 millimeter long. The DNA is very much folded and tightly placed in about 10% volume of the cell. When unfolded, it is 1,000 times longer than the bacterial cell. The DNA is called naked as it is not associated with protein histone. So, this is about the main structure of the DNA. As we know, as it is a prokaryotic cell, as a primitive cell, there is no membrane of the nucleus. So, DNA is in a free form. Now, about the plasmid. Here, they are generally circular DNA molecules which exist independently of bacterial chromosome. It is about 1 to 2% of total DNA. The plasmid contain few genes, and the plasmid provides additional capability to bacteria, and for the example it is also work for the fertility factor, then the resistance, and to the antibiotic resistance is a main function. When the plasmid is integrated to the bacterial chromosome, it is called episome. The plasmid are gaining importance as tools of the genetic engineering. The eukaryotic DNA can be introduced into the plasmid by genetic engineering. Now, let us move towards our next organelle, which is ribosome. Here, the ribosome are the cell organelle occurring freely in cytoplasm. They are spherical or oval in shape. They are of 70S type. Here the S is Svedberg unit. They are the site of protein synthesis, and sometimes they occur in a form of chain of ribosome on the mRNA thread. They are called polysomes. The ribosomes consist of two subunits, that is 30S and 50S. Here, the bacterial cell can contain about 5,000 to 50,000 ribosomes. So that is a mean number. After ribosome, the next is flagellum. Here, the flagella is a fine hair-like appendages are called flagellum. They are organ of locomotion, as we can see. The flagella are the most flexible and common in Bacillus and Spiralium type. They may be placed at a polar or lateral position. When the flagella are absent, the cell is called andrikos. Depending upon the number of arrangement of flagellum, the bacterial cell can be classified as we can see in the figure, that is monotrichous with one flagella, lophotrichous, that is tuft or flagella, and peritrichous, that is all round the bacteria. So here, as there is four types presented over here, there in one there is only one flagella, in second there is more than one flagella at one end, in C both the ends are possessing the flagella, and if there is flagella all over the cell, that is known as peritrichous. Now here we can observe clearly how the flagella is there and helping the cell to move forward. Other than flagella, we can also observe over here, that is the fibrae. Generally, they are for the bacterial movement at the first position. They also help in the locomotion and the spinning at the place. So let us see how the villi are there. As we can see over here, we can clearly define what is flagellum is at the one end and what is the fimbria at the whole all around the body. The pilus is also there, but in the third figure you can see that there is a sex pili when at the time of conjugation and reproduction, one cell is producing the sex pili to connect the other cell. Here the surface of some bacteria is covered by the number of thin, straight hair-like appendages called as pili or fibrae. They are comparatively shorter and thinner than flagella. They are more common in the gram-negative bacteria while not reported in gram-positive bacteria. They are made up of protein known as pilin, and there may be 100 or to the 400 pili distributed over the surface of bacterial cell. These pili are type of I pili. Out of this pili, 1 to 3 pili are sex pili, that is known as F pili also, which are useful in the conjugation and attachment of other bacteria. So now let us see the simple animation shows the difference between flagella and pili. Here we can clearly see the single pili over here and other small pili and the fibria around the cell. Simple flagella are there and a single flagella are there at the one end of the bacterial cell. So this is all about the prokaryotic cell and its organelle. Next, we will be coming with the prokaryotic cell and in detail about the eukaryotic cell structure. So be ready for that. Thank you very much for watching. Keep supporting, keep watching.